A wise man once said advice is free, but it's not always worth having. Listen to the advice here Angelina is giving to Anthony. Let's go.
So let me just say this. I know that you are aware of what's happened with Brodie and I.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that.
There's really nothing to be sorry about. 20 plus years, things happen in relationships, you know. Doesn't even take that long. However, I just wanted to share something with you. Just a little word of advice for you, especially as we're moving along as a family unit.
Okay.
You know, Brodie could have elected to just communicate, right? Say, hey, I don't feel like you're giving me enough attention, but I don't think it was just that, right?
All right. So, didn't Brodie do that? Weren't you guys here when Brodie was asking her for attention? Wasn't Brodie, weren't you there when Brodie was asking her all of these various things and he was saying, Angelina, you're not spending enough time with me? Wasn't he doing all of that? And I'm just listening, I'm just asking you guys, because he actually was doing that.
He's not approving of this situation as a whole, but I choose to stand by my daughter because I believe in her, I believe in you, and I'm always going to be here for my grandson. The problem that I have with Brodie is he could have just said something. Communication is everything, Anthony. No one can read anyone's mind, right? And so I think in that situation, what really has kind of angered me is the fact that he could open his mouth. This man has been running his mouth for years, but all of a sudden he just runs out on his family. Women are runners.
All of a sudden, he just runs out on his family. So, you see, that's why you have to know both sides of the story and both sides of the coin. So just remember again that Brodie was kicked out. Brodie was ran out of the home. Let's just remember that. Brodie was ran out. So what Angelina is saying what she wants Brodie to do is that she wants him to beg and plead and bawl and go bit below his dignity for her. That's exactly what she's saying.
You don't like something, we're out of here. Men are not designed to be runners. Men are supposed to stay planted, firm with their family. But that was not his decision. So I say that to say this to you. If you ever have any issues, and you know how relationships can get, please talk to Shayla. Please just be honest with her about where you are emotionally. And whatever you do, do not be a coward like Brodie.
Okay. I appreciate your transparency. Yeah, I promise I'll always be here for Shayla and Kai.
Yeah. So as you can see, guys, I want you all to listen to the entire conversation because what she has done now is she has now planted a whole thing. And the imagery she's giving of Brodie is that Brodie just got up one day, right? Tired of her, got up one day and decides, hey, Angelina, I'm just going to leave and that's it, and I'm going to run out on you. That's the imagery that she's giving everyone. That's the storyline. Now, I know y'all watched the storyline and y'all remember exactly how this thing played out. Y'all remembered exactly every single move. You remember every single time Brody came home and asked Angelina for time. You remember every single time he spoke out against the same Anthony thing. You remember every single time, every single thing that Brody said. You guys remember that. You remember when Brody keeps saying he has to keep, every time he has to deal with issues with Angelina. You guys remember this. This is exactly why I spoke on this much. But she's out here giving Anthony advice. Now, hey, at this point in time, whatever advice he wants to take, I guess he can. But I'm just showing you. I'm just showing you what Brodie had to deal with. That's all I'm saying. This is exactly what Brodie had to deal with. The woman is a liar. And yes, of course, you want Anthony to communicate with Shayla. So that way you can manipulate him in any way, shape, or form. Because that's all that they're asking him to communicate to do. They are manipulators. So all they're asking him to communicate to do is to communicate so that way I can use whatever it is that you tell me against you. But I could be wrong. Don't worry. Let me know what you think. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and talk to y'all soon.